Hudson and Zeber. I'm 15 years old, and I've been riding since I was 4. Got into it. My dad, he was riding, and we would always go out to the desert, and I always wanted to go. So this is how it started. His dad rode. He did like hare and hounds and old stuff.
I was a part-time moto guy growing up. I raced District 37, hare and hounds, desert racing. Then we did a lot of enduros. And rode very little track. Anyways, my dad rode with me. That's who taught me how to ride. Similar story to me and Hudson, and just enjoyed it growing up, camping and spending time with my dad, you know.
But yeah, that's how he got into it. Pretty cool.
So then did you start racing right away?
No, so I was actually playing baseball for a while, so I would just ride on like the weekends and, you know, kind of putt around in the desert. And
I took a little bit different path, you know, than moto. I was a part-time moto guy, full-time baseball, and I ended up playing professional baseball for 3 different teams for about 9.5 years, 10 years total. My father was a New York Yankee too for about 12 years, and 2 World Series rings in '77 and '78, and so anyways, we've got a history of athleticism in our family, right? And so then little Huddy comes along, and
well, I was always really competitive at practice. Like, I was just at the track, and my dad's like, we should race. So I was like, all right.
And at 2.5, we took his sister out to learn to ride a 2-wheeler. She wouldn't get on the bike. She started crying, and Huddy looked at me and goes, I'll do it. He took off. And the next thing I know, I had him at the local BMX track at 2.5. It was off from there, right? Like, he was 2.5 and like doing laps, right? So next thing I know, we're racing.
First race was at Comp Edge. Got dead last on the KTM 50. Just loved it.
Didn't even care.
Didn't even care.
Comp Edge?
Comp Edge, yeah, we're out at Comp Edge, and he's got a little KTM 50, and then that was it. And he did the little KTM junior race at Anaheim 2. Dude, this is the best story. This is Hudson to a T, right? That night was gnarly. Like, the whoop section, they had to, after the first practice, so many kids were going down because they were just so steep and pitched that they had to like take them on the infield and avoid that section. So it was hard, and he went down really hard in practice. And you know, the Asterix medical teams like taking him off and like icing his wrist, and like we get back to the semi, and Hudson's like, you know, crying and like, I don't know if I'm gonna race, Dad, like telling his mom and me and everyone that was there. Well, the little kids all lined up to do their autograph session, and all of a sudden Hudson's wrist was fine, right? So next thing you know, he's like, I'm going for it, and he went out for the for the night show. He didn't, I don't know which place you got, but it wasn't last. He killed it, and then that was it.
How long after that race did you be like, yeah, I want to start like racing all the time?
So actually, like a year ago, I decided to quit all my other sports and just go full-time moto. Yeah, that's when it all started. So
when I met you, you were on 80s, and you were saying like you were just starting to see, like you were starting to do really good in the 85 class, but then you weren't even, you were still doing other sports.
Yeah.
He's only been full-time moto for 1 year. I've always told him, like, look, 14, 15, like, I don't care what all the other kids are doing, right? Like, you can specialize at 7, but it's not doing you any good necessarily, right? Because you're just burnt out by the time you get older. So like, I always encourage him to do other things, right? And be involved. And then when you get to a point, it's like, okay, we got to narrow it down. So he decided to narrow it down a year ago, and
so I'm now racing the 125 CB and Schoolboy. So I was at State Fair, racing swap moto. I was actually racing the 450 class. I cased the triple, broke both my ankles. I stayed on the bike. I just rode it out, and then I pulled off the track, and I was just in severe pain. I went straight to the hospital. I refused to get in the ambulance, but yeah, and then they took me right into surgery. I had to get 5 screws and a plate, so
Is that on both ankles or just the one?
just the left ankle.
Right one's okay?
Yeah.
You know, he's coming off a pretty bad injury, you know, with a couple broken ankles and a broken leg. The last 4 months he was in a cast and things like that.
I've been riding for 4 weeks.
Okay, it's pretty fresh.
Yes, I'm pretty fresh.
How's it going?
I think it's going good. A little sore sometimes, like, you know, if I snag it in a turn or overshoot a jump or case a jump. But yeah, it's going well.
You been doing like physical therapy or anything?
Yeah, so I was doing physical therapy. Yeah, I'm getting my fitness back. I've been riding the mountain bike, going over to San Diego Oaks and working my butt off over there, and then going to the gym, lifting. Ankles feel great.
And the leaps and bounds that he's made since then is incredible. He's doing that, he's in the gym, he's riding his mountain bike, he's running, he's got a whole system going now that has really got him into really good shape.
So we're gonna plan on racing Swap Moto in September. Excited, I have the itch to go race, so we're gonna do AZ Open, never been there, you know, it's gonna be sick. And then we're gonna do Ponca, super happy about that.
And then you'll do that schoolboy and 125 open or VC?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yep.
So moving after 2022, when we get into 23, what are some of your goals and things you want to get done?
I honestly want to get to Loretta's and just keep building off, you know, off my speed now and keep going.
And so he's been riding a month now, and so our goal for this year is just to stay healthy and get back to where we were 4 or 5 months ago before he was injured.
You got anyone you want to thank?
Just One, family, DT1 filters, Travis Smith, Hoodie, everyone, God, everyone else, thank you so much. Are we done here? Like, let's go ride.
You know, I'm just super excited to see where his career is going to go and what the future holds for him, for sure. So for me, it's all new. It's exciting. Like, I love being there. You know, it makes me feel like a kid again. Like, I'm just stoked when I'm there.
Cool.
Yeah.